As a kid, nothing thrilled me more than exploring the dark woods and sandstone cliffs that surrounded my childhood home. I spent countless hours searching creek beds for fossils and artifacts, climbing crags, and following rumors of
Maybe.
hidden caves. Back in high school,
There
I'd
used to
heard
be an old
whispers about
ferry
a
crossing
mysterious
here.
cave across the river from the
And
town
I
of
guarantee
Swickley.
you, if you dove in here, you'd probably find some meat.
No one knew exactly where it was, so I dismissed it as just another local legend until I found an old book on my grandfather's shelf, The Village of Swickley, by Franklin Taylor Nevin, published
Somebody
in
carried
1929.
a bicycle here.
Inside was a reference to Rock Spring,
That
a
must have been
19th century
memorial.
picnic spot in a ravine once owned by a man named Lachelle, who ran a ferry there before the bridge was built. Suddenly, the legend seemed real. I set out on a solo trek into the ravine and discovered more than I ever imagined. Now, many years later, I returned with my son Austin so he could share in the adventure that had meant so much to me. We entered the ravine near the mouth of a culvert where the trail met the creek.
Stone
The old path,
walls.
now paved in
Cool.
concrete to fight erosion, looked more like a post-apocalyptic water slide than a footpath. I imagined the torrents of water that must run down these channels when it rains. The climb grew steep.
Look down here. Wow. That is like a slide. Can you imagine?
We followed a grassy path pressed between thick walls of greenery, each step plunging us deeper into the brush. For a moment, I wondered if we had passed the cliffs I was looking for. Then I remembered something I had told myself years ago.
It's all right, we'll get on the way back.
When you think you've gone too far, go a little farther. Deer moved silently across the rocky shelf above us, ghosts in the stillness.
We just walked over that way.
The trail was choked with thorny vines, but a little persistence brought us to the final climb. At the top, there it was, the entrance to Arrow Cave. The sandstone bore a century's worth of carved graffiti, along with the faint but unmistakable image of a Native American head.
This rock is standing up. Let's see if you can still get into it. You can't get in here anymore. That used to be the way in. You can sort of squeeze through there, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, go ahead and walk in. Maybe light. Here's Yeah. You see anything else in there?
No.
Let's see. used to say Arrow Cave on there.
I searched for the
Arrow
inscription
Cave
I'd
on
once seen, beautifully carved into the rock. I couldn't spot it, but later, reviewing my old photos, I realized it had been right there all along, camouflaged by moss and lichen. Austin and I explored further. The book referenced an early 19th century picnic spot known as Rock Spring, located in the area. As we moved along the ledge, the ground turned soft and soggy, and a small spring trickled through the rocks, filling a muddy pothole. I felt like this had to be the very spot of those early gatherings.
What is that? Piece of porcelain.
My hunch grew stronger when Austin uncovered fragments of old china buried beneath a boulder, silent evidence of meals consumed here so long ago. On our way back, we dropped into the rocky creek bed. The water was little more than a trickle.
See like an N.
It does. Looks like it.
Beneath one boulder, Austin tugged free a small pot sealed with strips of fabric. I recognized it instantly and told him to set it
What
down.
is that?
It was a voodoo pot, a ritual vessel meant to hold spiritual energy, often
that might be
cast
a
into
voodoo
water. How it had come to rest here was a mystery, but we wanted no part of it. Further downstream, Austin found something far more wondrous. A piece of sandstone with the fossilized branch of a prehistoric tree.
Let me see it.
What began as a rumor in my teenage
Yeah.
years
It's like
had
a
grown into a
Calamites.
lifelong
Keep it, take
pursuit,
it.
and now I had passed that pursuit on to my son. Someday, perhaps, he will return here on his own, or with his children, to climb these cliffs and search these creek beds. And if he does, I hope he feels what I felt: the thrill of discovery, the wonder of the past, and the joy of sharing the adventure with someone he loves.